Oh, hey there. So I want to tell you, well, I want to read with you guys one of my favorite books in the Bible. So James is a very short book. It's 5 chapters. And when I say chapter, a chapter is about a page. Okay, so it's not even that big of a deal. So it's 5 or 6 pages, something like that. And in case you didn't know, James was the brother of Jesus, one of the brothers of Jesus. Now, most people would say half brother because, he was the son of God and Mary was a virgin. And then later on, Joseph and Mary had other sons and daughters, and James was one of those. So later on, this is the book of James. And so we're going to do this in pieces because to me, this is so very rich with stuff that you can actually use in your real life, right? It's not just some ethereal blah. This is very practical stuff. So yesterday I talked about this, but I'm going to go over it real quick. It says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Okay, so it says to consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. We talked about that yesterday on when we test pipes and when we test electrical and when we test roofs and when we test a foundation or any other thing. We test it not so that it will fail, but so that it will succeed. And if there's anything bad in it, we will fix that so that when the time comes, it is solid and it works and there are no problems. It's flawless. And if we can look at our trials like that, if we can look at our trials and go, God isn't trying to break me, he's trying to fix me. And when we do try something, or when we put it through a trial, when we put it through a test, we test it far beyond what we'll ever need to be tested at to make sure that it works. And then everything after that is like, yeah, you got it, no problem. And I think if we can look at our problems, our trials, and our tests like that, then we go, this is really hard for a minute, and we're going to be tested, and anything that needs to be fixed, let's just fix it and get it over with. Let's get this test over with. And then after that, it will be okay. And then we'll be tested, and it'll be true. It says, but let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Then it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. Now, this is interesting because he says, if any of you lacks wisdom, just ask God, who gives generously to everybody without finding fault. So if you're like, I don't think I can ask God for this, do it. You qualify. You're a child of God. The end. Just ask God. But when you do, don't doubt. Believe that, look, I'm asking God, and you said that you would do this, and I'm trusting you, and now, do your part. And God does his part. And so if we ask and don't doubt, then he'll give generously to us. However, if we ask and we do doubt, then we're like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind, and we should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. That person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. Yikes. All right, we're going to do another video on a little bit more. Okay.